Many people have been asking me about openers, and I'm in no way to tell you this is the best opener as Demonology, but this is what I use and how I go about getting the most use of my procs. It can change with different trinkets without 2-piece tier 15 and with no blood lost on the pull. As Demonology you want to run with Lei Shen trinket and one of the RPPM trinkets. With the trinket SafeNet mechanics, this means they should proc on the pull, so as soon as you cast spells, your Lei Shen trinket with a 100% crit chance on a 4-second window will go off. That means you will need to go in meta form really early and have to get rid of some of the spells beforehand so you don't waste procs uptime summoning service and other things. Rolling the 100% crit doom is really important, as your wild imps are the majority of your damage as Demonology. Once you reach 2-piece tier 15 and Lei Shen trinket as Demonology, here's how I go about my opener. I have two versions, one with Doomguard and one without. First, let's start with the one with Doomguard. I start out with Grimoire service to get rid of a cooldown that scales dynamically with buffs and won't proc my trinkets. Next up I use Corruption. It won't tick instantly and get all my buffs up. I then summon a Doomguard to benefit from all my procs while I'm letting Corruption tick to prepare for my Metagem proc. Metagem should have proc by now, and then I use Berserking with the Imp Swarm. They gain the benefit of Blood Loss, Berserking and Metagem, which decreases your cooldown quite a lot. Your Lei Shen trinket should have proc now as well, so you want to use Dark Soul, Engineering Gloves, Hand of Gul'dan to get some Soulfire procs for Metamorphosis. You go into Metamorphosis to put Doom with Lei Shen trinket still up. You want to do another Doom after that to gain use of the Pandemic effect. That will give you about 3 more ticks of 100% crit in case your trinket won't proc before Doom expires. Now you will continue to balance Soulfire with Touch of Chaos. You don't want to drop out of Metamorphosis until the buffs fade, and with the right coordination you will exactly go out by the time the procs end. The 2-piece tier 15 allows you to spend a lot of Soulfires doing all your procs and Dark Soul up, so don't bother Soulfiring unless you have the 2-piece. Depending on RNG and trinket procs, this nearly works all the time and will result in a very heavy burst without wasting uptime on procs or not using your haste procs for Imp Swarm. I have a second macro in case I don't want to Doomguard. The difference looks like this. Basically I replace Doomguard with Corruption and put Hand of Gul'dan before, so you get double Shadow Flame stack. It's impossible with this macro to not get 2 Dooms with 100% crit up. The only issue is if your Lei Shen trinket doesn't proc, you need to not waste a global on doing 2 Dooms and continue your normal rotation. I personally don't like precasting with this, especially because it procs your trinkets instantly and makes the whole process escalate quickly. If you don't have 2-piece tier 15, it will be a good idea to precast to gain the extra fury from a Soulfire or something like that. Making these 2 macros will help you easily solve the opener without having to adjust much. But don't rely on them 100%, but just use them as a guideline until you feel comfortable with how the opener works. You can change anything in it, basically how you like, in case you don't have the Metagem or something else. I hope this helped you get an idea how to burst the Demonology Opener, and thanks for watching again.